First of all, some disclaimers. One thing, there's some jokes in here, and I didn't realize there was going to be so many cops here. I'm only talking about Kevin. We're going to talk about some of these jokes. But yeah, we were supposed to be co-best men, but my dad, the sentimental fool that he is, a couple days ago said, hey, as far as I'm concerned, Kevin told us to both be up here because he's a nice guy. You're the best man, so I'm stuck with this speech. And I'm also going last because I'm sick, not because this is anything special. So, yeah, first of all, I want to say, looking at you guys up here, it's like a fairy tale. In this case, the fairy tale is the princess being swept away by some kind of ogre. And you're stuck in a castle until a real prince comes along. Speaking of the ogreish figure we have up here, Kevin, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but Kevin was born 5 weeks early. And they say that preemies tend to grow up and be somewhat undersized and frail. Yikes. It's kind of scary to think what would happen if he had gone full term. Especially for my mother, because he was 6 pounds and he was 5 weeks early. And we won't talk about me, who was jobbing the baby, but it does seem that really the only thing that was affected by his premature birth was his undeveloped peanut cop brain that he got. Yeah, I'm sorry. It seems like I'm picking on him. Don't worry, he's earned it. He's tormented me for so long that if this entire speech was nothing but embarrassing stories, we'd hardly break even. But I'd say that over the years, we've both given as good as we've received. And I guess that's the way with brothers. But I'd definitely be lying if I said I didn't look up to him. Mrs. Sweet nailed it.
It's your cold.
It's because I'm sick. So anyway, I kind of grew up in the shadow that Kevin probably never even knew he was casting. Basketball was a big part of both of our lives growing up, and even though he really wasn't even that good, I still found myself preparing our careers along the way. And for the record, class of 2000 would have owned the class of 92, easily. Mostly though, I just wanted to do everything that Big Brother did. I mean, how cool was he driving around in that 77 Impala, listening to Rush cassettes on the Sparkomatic? Untouchable. Basically, when I was younger, I was just driven to do everything just like him. Again, except for anything where grades were required. I kind of tried to carve my own path there, not much to follow. This whole marriage thing might be another place where we differ, for now at least. But I can honestly say he couldn't have done any better than Megan. So Megan, like seriously, did you lose a bet? Were you forced to marry the biggest boob you could find? That's the only explanation I can think of. I don't really know Megan as well as maybe I could, but I do know that she's one hell of an addition to the family. A little side story that Kevin will probably think is hilarious. A couple months ago, I broke my nose with some help from outside parties. That's a whole other story. But it did happen that I was stopping at their house on the way home from where I was. And besides being the only one that didn't say you probably deserved it, when I walked in the door, she was there with a hug, a concerned look, and probably most importantly, a cold beer. And if that doesn't say family, I don't know what does. There's a few other things that speak volumes to both Megan and the marriage that we witnessed today. One is the persuading, I guess we would say, that Kevin endured with regards to proposing to Megan. I know Kevin. I would say I probably know him pretty well, being his brother and all. But I would say a good way to get him good and pissed is to pester him, or try to convince him that he should do or should not do something. Well, Kevin had a roommate who, I think it was actually the first time she met Megan, delivered to him the ultimatum that you better marry her because if you don't, I will. And I guess it should be noted that that roommate was a female. Where's Jessica Sweet? sorry. We actually were discussing that earlier. But yeah, and despite all the badgering from outside parties, I'm sure that was not the only instance. Here we are today, and we got to witness beautiful joining of Megan and Kevin. And another thing about Megan is her sense of humor, and that's why after this speech she returned to being Mogwai. That's another inside joke, sorry. So anyway, let's raise a toast to Maga and Big Idiot Brother. And here's hoping for a long and happy life together. And my wedding gift to you is that all my visits will be infrequent and short-lived, so you can live happily with that.